before we talk about the skin, we must talk about life. Because the skin is not separate from life. It is the mirror of what's happening inside. In the ancient teachings, the body is seen as a sacred temple, not just a container, but a communicator. The skin is the first to whisper when balance is broken, when nourishment is missing, when the soul is tired. The skin reflects the harmony or imbalance within your inner world. When we observe the skin, we are not just seeing the outer surface of the body, we are witnessing a reflection of the internal environment. It is the external expression of how the body, mind, and emotions coexist. The ancient wisdom teaches us that everything is connected. There is no separation between the mind and the body, between the internal and the external. When we experience stress, anxiety, fear, or inner unrest, our skin speaks. It may break out, become dry, inflamed, or dull. These are not flaws. They are signals. The body is always speaking, always trying to communicate something deeper. The skin, being the largest organ, becomes the most visible messenger. Often, we try to treat the skin superficially. We apply products, cover up imperfections, and seek temporary fixes. But when the root of the imbalance lies deeper, these efforts are only surface level. Just like a tree with unhealthy roots cannot bear healthy fruit, skin that reflects inner chaos cannot be truly radiant, no matter what is applied externally. The harmony that is missing must be restored from within. It is not just about drinking water or eating fruits. It is about understanding what disrupts the balance in the first place. Emotional turmoil, sleepless nights, unhealthy habits, unresolved trauma, all of these play a part in how the skin reacts. To understand this more deeply, one must begin by observing oneself without judgment. Every wrinkle, every blemish, every change in skin tone or texture is a part of a larger story. A story that is unfolding every day based on choices, thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. When you wake up and look into the mirror, ask yourself not just what you see, but what you feel. Is there peace behind the eyes? Is there calmness in the breath? Is the mind clear or cluttered? These are the questions that lead to understanding the deeper connection between the skin and the soul. Because skin does not lie. It reveals what the lips may not say. When the inner world is balanced, the skin begins to glow in a way that cannot be replicated by any external product. There is a vitality, a freshness, a softness that comes from within. The body is in flow, the mind is at ease, the heart is open, and the skin reflects this symphony of balance. People may say, "You look well," or "You're glowing," without knowing exactly why. But you know that it is not just a new moisturizer or supplement. It is the result of aligning your lifestyle with nature's rhythm, your emotions with acceptance, your thoughts with clarity. So many people chase beauty without realizing that beauty is a byproduct of health, and health is the natural result of harmony. When we are disconnected from ourselves, our skin suffers. When we are rushing, worrying, comparing, doubting, our nervous system tightens, our breath shortens, and our skin becomes the first to show the effects. Chronic stress releases hormones that inflame the body, disrupt digestion, and dehydrate the cells. Over time, this internal chaos becomes visible as dullness, acne, premature aging, and sensitivity. The question then is not what cream to use, but what patterns to let go of. What thoughts are aging you? What emotions are you bottling up that are causing eruptions on your skin? What energies are you holding onto that are no longer aligned with your well-being? The skin is not separate from the energy system. It responds to your frequency. Just like music can move you to tears, Your own thoughts can either heal or harm your cells. The skin listens always. There is a way to restore harmony. It begins in silence, in stillness, in observing the breath, in choosing foods that bring life rather than just satisfy cravings, in taking rest not just for the body, but for the mind, in walking barefoot on the earth, in exposing your face to the morning sun, in drinking water as if it is sacred, in letting go of perfection and embracing authenticity. These practices may seem simple, but they are profound because they speak the language the skin understands, the language of care, of connection, of conscious presence. When you begin to see the skin as a guide rather than a problem, your entire relationship with yourself changes. You become more compassionate, more patient, more aware. You start asking what your body needs rather than punishing it for not looking a certain way. You start listening, truly listening, to the signals it gives you. And in that listening, healing begins, not just for the skin, but for the whole being. This is why the skin is so powerful. It teaches us that what we show to the world is always a reflection of what we carry inside. And if we want to change the reflection, we must begin with the source. That source is the inner world, the thoughts we think, the emotions we feel, the energy we cultivate. To nourish the skin, we must nourish the self. And to nourish the self, we must return to harmony. In this return, we do not need to strive or struggle. We need to surrender. Surrender to a lifestyle that honors rest, simplicity, and rhythm. Surrender to the truth that every emotion has a message, every symptom has a cause, and every imbalance is a call to awaken. The skin is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is your compass. It is your mirror. So when your skin speaks, do not rush to silence it. Sit with it. Feel what it is asking you to see. What is it pointing you toward? Is it a change in diet? A release of toxic thoughts? A need for more sleep, more stillness, more self-love? All of these are within your reach. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be present, and from that presence, true transformation begins. The skin begins to heal. The body begins to align. And the world begins to see not just your beauty, but your balance. This is the harmony the skin reflects. This is the truth your skin has always known. Vitamins are not just nutrients. They are carriers of light, energy, and healing. They are more than elements listed on the back of a supplement bottle. They are part of the deep intelligence of nature, encoded with frequencies that speak directly to the cells of your body. Each vitamin has a unique vibration, a specific language it speaks to the skin. When we consume vitamins consciously, with intention and understanding, we are not simply feeding the body, we are awakening the body. We are tuning it back into its original rhythm, restoring a balance that the modern world often disrupts. In the fast-paced life most people live, food is often chosen for speed, convenience, or taste, not nourishment. We eat with distraction, often unaware of what is entering the body, and even more unaware of what the body truly needs. In this state of unconscious consumption, the body is often overworked but undernourished. The skin, like all organs, relies on specific building blocks to renew, repair, and glow. And those building blocks are often simple yet powerful. Vitamins that have existed since the dawn of time, found in nature's own pharmacy fruits, vegetables, herbs, and roots. Vitamin A, for example, is known to renew the skin. But beyond science, it carries a wisdom that tells the body it is safe to regenerate. Vitamin C is not just a collagen booster. It is a light molecule, brightening not only the skin, but uplifting the energy. It supports immunity because it carries the vibration of clarity, helping the body to distinguish between what serves and what doesn't. Vitamin E protects, it shields, like a guardian of the cells. These are not coincidences. Each vitamin is a message, a form of biological communication that brings the body closer to equilibrium. When people ask why their skin is tired, breaking out, aging, or inflamed, often the root is not lack of skincare, but lack of nourishment at the vibrational level. The body is made of energy, and it responds to energy. Vitamins from natural sources, ripe berries, dark greens, vibrant citrus, contain this energy in its purest form. Synthetic versions may carry the name, but not the full resonance. Just as listening to music through a wall does not feel the same as being in the room with the instruments, the body can sense the difference between real nourishment and its imitation. Our ancestors did not count calories. They didn't track macros. They lived in harmony with the land and ate what was grown with sunlight, water, and care. Their skin reflected the seasons. Their energy mirrored the sun and the moon. They did not fear aging because they understood that aging was not about appearance, but about alignment. Today, we have forgotten this, and vitamins have become part of a commercial system instead of a sacred one. But when you return to the roots, to understanding vitamins as forces of nature, you begin to treat them with reverence. To receive their full power, you must be receptive. You must slow down. Eating becomes a ritual, a moment of connection. You do not simply chew. You absorb, you listen, you give thanks. The body recognizes this awareness. It becomes more efficient, more forgiving, more vibrant. The skin begins to respond to this shift. It does not take long. Sometimes, just a week of mindful nourishment can reveal a brightness in the eyes, a softness in the cheeks, a calm in the complexion. Because the body always wants to heal. The skin always wants to glow. It is waiting for the right tools. Vitamins, when viewed as energy and healing, help bring that process forward. The skin is constantly renewing. Every 28 days, new cells emerge. And what those cells are made of depends on what you give the body during that cycle. If you feed yourself junk, the new skin carries that dullness. If you feed yourself life, the new skin reflects that light. This is not metaphor, it is reality. The skin does not lie. It cannot fake radiance. It either glows from within or it doesn't. And vitamins are the bridge between depletion and restoration. So ask yourself, where are your vitamins coming from? Are you trusting pills alone? Are you relying on processed foods fortified with artificial versions? Or are you reconnecting with the earth? Eating food with color, food with scent, food that has not been stripped of its essence. The energy of the food matters as much as its content. An orange picked fresh carries a different message than a powdered drink mix. A leafy green grown in soil under sunlight speaks differently to your body than one grown in a warehouse under artificial light. This understanding leads to responsibility. You realize that you are not just consuming food. You are forming your future self. Every bite is a vote for health or for disconnection. Every meal is a message to your cells: rebuild, protect, thrive, or struggle, survive, and decay. The skin cannot flourish when it is not given what it needs. Vitamins are a part of this language. Without them, the processes that protect and renew break down. But with them, the skin becomes intelligent again, responsive, resilient. Beyond food, there is another layer. The way you live your life affects how vitamins work. You could take the best supplements, but if you live in constant stress, the body is in fight or flight mode and cannot absorb them properly. You could eat a perfect diet, but if you are angry, bitter, or emotionally blocked, your body's chemistry shifts and interferes with digestion and assimilation. So, vitamins alone are not the cure, they are the allies. But the inner environment must be ready to welcome them. This is where mindfulness, movement, and breath come in. Practices that align the body and mind make your inner soil fertile. Then, when vitamins enter, they are planted in the right ground. They grow roots. They nourish deeply. You begin to experience the full spectrum of what these nutrients can do, not just at the surface, but at the soul level. You do not just feel healthier, you feel more alive. The skin becomes your testimony, your proof of this awakening. And when others see you, they ask, "What are you doing differently?" But the answer is not in a product. It is in presence, in patience. In the quiet power of vitamins treated as sacred tools, not quick fixes. This is the shift. This is the truth. Vitamins are not just nutrients. They are light. They are energy. They are healing. When you treat them as such, the skin will not just change. It will remember. It will return to the blueprint of wellness it was designed to follow. All you must do is provide what nature intended, and the body, as always, will take care of the rest. True skin health begins with presence, mindfulness, and intentional nourishment. It is not found in a bottle or a treatment alone. It is not something that can be purchased, rushed, or faked. Skin health, like inner peace, is cultivated moment by moment, day by day, through small choices rooted in awareness. The surface of the skin is only a mirror to the deeper world inside. That world is shaped by how you think, how you breathe, how you rest, and how you connect with your body. The more present you become, the more clearly you hear what your skin is trying to tell you. Presence allows you to feel the body's signals without ignoring or covering them up. It creates the space to respond with wisdom rather than reaction. Most people live disconnected from their bodies. They rush from one task to the next. Their minds filled with noise, their attention scattered. In this state of distraction, they don't hear the early whispers of imbalance. They only respond when discomfort becomes loud, when the breakout appears, when the dryness cracks, when the irritation becomes visible. But by then, the body has already been asking for attention for days, sometimes weeks. The skin doesn't act suddenly. It reflects patterns. And those patterns are often formed when presence is lost. Without mindfulness, habits go unchecked. Poor sleep, processed food, emotional stress all accumulate silently, then express themselves visibly. Skin problems are often the body's way of saying, slow down, notice, change course. Mindfulness is the art of noticing. When you eat mindfully, you are aware of the colors, textures, and tastes of your food. You feel gratitude for what you are taking in. You chew slowly. You honor the moment. This simple act transforms a meal into medicine. It activates digestion, balances hormones, and reduces inflammation, all of which directly impact the skin. When you apply a product with mindfulness, you feel the texture on your skin, you inhale the scent, you touch your face with kindness. That awareness signals the nervous system that you are safe, and safety is essential for healing. Stress shuts down repair. Presence invites it. Intentional nourishment goes beyond choosing what is healthy. It is about asking your body what it truly needs. It's about listening for what feels grounding, energizing, or soothing. Some days your skin needs hydration. Other days it needs detoxification. Some days, rest. Other days, movement. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. The wisdom is already within you. But to hear it, you must become quiet. You must become still. This stillness reveals the truth that skincare is not only a routine, It is a relationship. And like any relationship, it thrives on attention, respect, and consistency. When you bring intention to your choices, they gain power. Drinking water becomes an act of purification. Eating greens becomes a way of building new cells. Sleeping early becomes a gift to your hormones. Saying no to stress becomes a way of protecting your radiance. These acts are not dramatic, but they are transformational because they build momentum. They signal to your body that it matters, that you care, that you are not just reacting to problems, you are creating health. This proactive energy is what creates lasting change. It is what turns skin from dull to vibrant, from reactive to resilient. So much of skin health is lost in the noise of comparison. People see images on screens and believe their worth is measured by the smoothness or clarity of their complexion. But true skin health has nothing to do with perfection. It has everything to do with alignment. When your body, mind, and emotions are in harmony, your skin reflects it. That harmony looks different on everyone. For one person, it may be glowing cheeks. For another, it may be softness in the eyes. For someone else, it may be the absence of irritation. There is no ideal look. The only measure is how you feel in your skin, and that feeling begins with presence. When you are present, you feel when your skin is becoming dry before it flakes. You sense when a food doesn't sit right before it causes inflammation. You notice tension in your face and breathe it away before it becomes a wrinkle. Presence gives you the power to intervene early, to stay connected, to support your skin before imbalance grows. This awareness is not difficult to develop. It simply requires practice. A few minutes a day, a decision to slow down, to be here now, to treat your body not as a problem to fix, but as a partner to understand. Skin thrives in environments of peace. When your mind is calm, your hormones stabilize. When your thoughts are kind, your stress levels drop. When your breath is deep, your circulation improves. All of these internal shifts impact the skin. Mindfulness is the key to each one. It helps you break cycles of negative thinking, compulsive habits, and reactive behavior. It puts you back in control, not by force, but by awareness. With awareness, change is natural. You begin to crave what is good for you. You start to avoid what causes harm. Not out of fear, but out of love. This is true nourishment. Presence also allows you to accept the seasons of your skin. Just like nature, your skin changes. Hormones shift. Weather shifts. Life events leave marks. Trying to freeze your appearance or resist these changes creates suffering. But when you are mindful, you adapt. You adjust your routine with grace. You honor the phase you are in. This acceptance is healing. It removes pressure. It creates space for the body to do what it does best, restore balance. The skin feels this acceptance, and in response, it relaxes. It heals faster. It becomes more radiant, not in a forced way, but in a natural, effortless way. Intentional nourishment includes what you consume emotionally, the people you surround yourself with, the media you absorb, the thoughts you replay. All of these feed or drain you. If you are constantly in environments of stress, criticism, or negativity, your nervous system is in survival mode. This impacts digestion, sleep, and immune function, all of which impact the skin. So nourishment is not only about food. It is about the total energy you allow into your life. Creating that energy mindfully is one of the most powerful things you can do for your skin. Because your skin is listening to your words, to your thoughts, to your emotions. Healing does not begin with products. It begins with presence. It begins when you pause, breathe, and ask your body what it needs. It begins when you listen without judgment. when you act with intention, when you honor the sacredness of your vessel. The skin is not a separate part of you. It is you. It holds your story. It protects your soul. It deserves care not just in the form of treatments, but in the form of attention. The more present you are, the more clearly you will see the connection between your inner life and your outer appearance. This is the path of true skin health. It is not a quick fix or a secret formula. It is a way of being, a way of living with presence, mindfulness, and intentional nourishment. And when you walk this path, the skin responds, not just with beauty, but with vitality, with strength, with grace. Because the body knows when it is being seen. The skin knows when it is being loved. And in that knowing, healing becomes inevitable. External beauty is a result of internal balance. What you feed your body feeds your soul. When you look in the mirror and admire the softness of your skin or the clarity of your complexion, you are not just seeing the effects of skincare products or routines. You are witnessing the visible outcome of invisible harmony. Every healthy cell, every glowing patch of skin is built from the inside out. The foods you consume, the thoughts you entertain, the rest you allow yourself to receive, and the peace you create within your heart. These are the architects of true beauty. The skin cannot glow unless the organs that support it are nourished. The eyes cannot shine unless the mind is at ease. The smile cannot be genuine unless it rises from a place of inner contentment. Most people chase beauty externally. They apply layers of creams, seek instant treatments, cover imperfections, and fight the natural rhythms of their bodies. But in doing so, they often neglect the deeper foundation. Just as a tree cannot flourish without strong roots, the skin cannot flourish without internal balance. The body is a complex system, and every part supports the other. When digestion is strong, the skin receives better nutrients. When the liver is detoxifying efficiently, the complexion is clearer. When hormones are balanced, breakouts and inflammations reduce. When the nervous system is calm, fine lines soften and blood flow improves. Everything works in unison, and the skin, being the most visible organ, tells the story of that unity. Feeding the body is not just about calories or macronutrients. It is about choosing foods that carry life, not just energy. It is about honoring the quality, the source, and the intention behind every bite. Fresh fruits, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and herbs carry the intelligence of nature. They are packed with not just vitamins and minerals, but living energy that nourishes every cell. When you eat with awareness, you are not just nourishing the body, you are sending a message of care, of respect, of alignment. The cells respond to this message. They replicate more efficiently. They repair faster. They communicate better. And your skin begins to show the benefits. The soul is not separate from the body, and neither is your emotional world. When you are emotionally balanced, your skin follows suit. Joy, love, peace, and gratitude are powerful nutrients. They cannot be measured in milligrams, but they influence your biology in profound ways. Stress and unresolved emotions, on the other hand, create internal chaos. Cortisol rises, inflammation spreads, digestion slows, and healing is delayed. Over time, this inner storm becomes visible on the skin. Redness, breakouts, dullness, and premature aging are not always signs of poor skin care. They are often cries for emotional clarity, for mental rest, for spiritual alignment. The soul is fed by meaning, by purpose, by connection. When your days are filled with activities that nourish your spirit, your whole being radiates. This radiance is not cosmetic, it is energetic. You walk differently. You breathe more deeply. Your voice softens. Your eyes light up. This inner glow is the most attractive form of beauty. It cannot be faked. It cannot be bought. It can only be cultivated through a life lived in harmony with your truth. And when that truth is honored, the body follows. The skin responds as if to say, yes, this is who I am meant to be. Balance is not perfection. It is not about getting every choice right or eliminating every toxin. It is about awareness, rhythm, and flow. When you are in balance, you feel when something is off. You adjust. You return. You forgive yourself for the moments of disconnection and gently come back to your center. This self-regulation is what keeps the body healthy. It is what allows the skin to heal even after stress, to glow even after sleepless nights, to thrive even as you move through life's changes. The body is resilient, but it needs your cooperation. Beauty rituals should begin not with products, but with presence. Start your day by hydrating your body. Sit in silence for a moment. Breathe with intention. Offer gratitude for your body, for your skin, for the chance to begin again. As you nourish yourself, visualize each bite supporting your organs, each sip of water cleansing your system, each breath feeding your cells with oxygen and clarity. This mindfulness turns routine into ceremony, and the skin responds to ceremony. It remembers this sacred approach. It remembers what it feels like to be cared for from within. Your thoughts are also nourishment. If you constantly criticize yourself, your body tightens. If you constantly compare yourself, your spirit shrinks. But when you speak to yourself with kindness, your energy expands. The skin softens. The posture lifts. You begin to carry yourself with quiet confidence, which is far more magnetic than anything external. Beauty without inner peace is unstable. But beauty grounded in balance is timeless. Movement is another form of internal nourishment. When you move your body, you move energy. You release stagnation. You stimulate circulation. You awaken systems that support the skin. Whether it's a walk in nature, a yoga session, a dance, or simply stretching in the sunlight, these acts nourish you deeply. They reset your rhythm. They bring you into the present. And from that presence, healing flows. Rest is the final pillar. Without deep, quality sleep, the body cannot repair. The skin ages faster. The mind becomes foggy. The emotions grow heavier. Rest is not laziness. It is essential. It is the pause that allows the system to recalibrate. It is the silence in which the cells restore their balance. Sleep is sacred. It is the time when your body detoxifies, your hormones reset, and your skin regenerates. Protect this time. Treat it as the foundation it truly is. To feed your body is to feed your soul. To feed your soul is to nurture your beauty. And this beauty, when born from balance, becomes your most powerful form of expression. It tells the world not only how you look, but how you live. It tells the story of your choices, your values, your energy. Let that story be one of awareness, of care, of love. Let your beauty be the echo of your alignment. And let your skin be the canvas that reflects your commitment to living in balance with yourself and the world around you.